The rise of a prodigy. In the quiet town of Ljubljana, Slovenia, a boy was born who would one day captivate the world with a basketball in his hands. Luka Dončić entered the world on February 28, 1999, into a family where basketball was more than a pastime, it was a way of life. His father, Sasa Dončić, a former professional basketball player and coach, nurtured Luka's first steps, not just in the world, but onto the hardwood courts that would define his destiny. From his earliest years, Luka was drawn to the rhythm of the game, the bounce of the ball, the swish of the net, the crackle of sneakers on polished wood. While other children played aimlessly, Luka honed his skills with deliberate focus. His childhood was marked by hours spent practicing, not in sprawling gyms but on small neighborhood courts under fading daylight. Here, he learned not just to shoot or dribble, but to listen, to the crowd's silent breath, to the subtle movements of defenders, and to the beat of his own heart. But Luka's journey was far from a simple story of natural talent. Beneath his seemingly effortless flair was a mind wired to see the game differently, a chess player's eye for strategy and an artist's flair for improvisation. His coach at Olimpija Ljubljana quickly noticed something rare. Luka didn't just play basketball, he commanded it. His passes were precise and poetic, his shots unpredictable, his moves seemingly pulled from a playbook no one else could read. By the time he was just 13, Luka had outgrown the local courts. His talent demanded a bigger stage, and Real Madrid's youth academy beckoned, a place known for molding European basketball's finest. Leaving home at such a young age was a daunting challenge. The bright lights of Madrid were both intimidating and full of promise. Here, amid the roar of thousands and the pressure to perform, Luka faced his first real test. Could the boy from Slovenia carry the weight of expectation on his shoulders? At Real Madrid, the competition was fierce, and the stakes higher than ever. Yet, Luka adapted quickly. His hard work transformed raw skill into mastery. Soon, he was not just a promising youth player but a cornerstone of a team chasing championships. His rise was meteoric, scoring titles, breaking records, and earning respect across Europe. Yet, even with all the glory, Luka remained grounded, his heart still beating for that simple joy of the game. But this was just the beginning. The world outside Europe was watching. Scouts, analysts, and fans whispered of a young star destined to cross oceans and change the face of basketball forever. Yet, beneath the growing legend was a question lingering like a shadow. Would the prodigy's brilliance shine as brightly on the NBA's grandest stage? As the sun set on Luka's European days, the next chapter awaited. A new court, new battles, and a game bigger than any he had played before. The boy who once chased dreams in small Slovenian gyms was about to face his greatest challenge yet. The NBA journey begins. The leap from Europe's basketball courts to the sprawling arenas of the NBA was more than a change of scenery. It was a test of Luka Dončić's courage, resilience, and resolve. Draft night in 2018 marked a turning point. Selected third overall by the Atlanta Hawks and immediately traded to the Dallas Mavericks, Luka found himself thrust into the spotlight of a league known for its physicality, speed, and unrelenting pressure. But the path was not smooth. For many, the NBA is a daunting maze of expectations and scrutiny, and Luka was no exception. Questions swirled around him. Could a teenager from Slovenia, standing just over 6 feet 6 inches, adapt to a league built on muscle and speed? Would his elegant European style translate to a game defined by power and athleticism? Critics whispered doubts, their skepticism like a low hum in the background of his rising fame. The early days in Dallas were a whirlwind of emotions. Luka's quiet confidence was met with unfamiliar challenges, long travel, a new culture, and an NBA schedule that tested endurance unlike anything he had experienced before. Language barriers added an invisible weight, but his determination was unyielding. Every practice, every game, was an opportunity to prove that he belonged. What set Luka apart wasn't just his skill but his vision. On the court, he played like a maestro conducting a symphony, orchestrating plays with an uncanny understanding of timing and space. His passes sliced through defenses like a knife, his step-back threes left defenders grasping at air, and his calm under pressure made him a beacon of hope for a Mavericks team hungry for a leader. From the very first game, Luka's impact was undeniable. Triple-doubles became routine rather than rarity. His performances weren't just statistics, they told a story of a young star rewriting the rules. He broke records once held by legends, earned Rookie of the Month honors, and quickly became the Mavericks' cornerstone. The NBA was watching, and so were the fans who craved a new kind of hero. Yet, with every rise comes a shadow. The spotlight cast new challenges, relentless media scrutiny, and the weight of being the face of a franchise still finding its way. Off the court, Luka navigated a whirlwind of interviews, endorsements, and expectations, all while remaining grounded and focused on the game. The central conflict was clear: to not just survive but to thrive in the world's most demanding basketball league. His rookie season was a narrative of triumph and trial. Each game was a chapter where Luka battled doubts, injuries, and the fierce competition of seasoned veterans. But with each victory, he silenced critics and inspired teammates. His poise, maturity, and infectious passion made it clear this was more than a rookie season, it was the beginning of a legacy. As the season closed, the question remained: could Luka Dončić sustain this brilliance? Could he lead the Mavericks beyond rebuilding and into contention? The answers awaited in the challenges ahead: the playoffs, the rivalries, and the moments that define legends. The legend in making. As the seasons unfolded, Luka Dončić transformed from a promising rookie into a basketball phenomenon whose presence electrified every arena he entered. The Mavericks' young star was no longer just a hopeful talent. He was the heart and soul of a franchise desperate to reclaim its former glory. Yet, with this newfound stature came an even greater challenge: the burden of leadership and the relentless quest for greatness. Luka's game evolved in both brilliance and complexity. His scoring prowess sharpened, effortlessly weaving through defenders with an uncanny blend of finesse and power. But it was his vision on the court that truly set him apart. Like a grandmaster anticipating moves several steps ahead, he threaded passes through the tightest defenses, turning ordinary plays into breathtaking highlights. Each game became a canvas where Luka painted moments of genius: step-back threes that left crowds in awe, no-look assists that dazzled teammates, and clutch shots that swung the tide in Dallas's favor. Yet, this dazzling display was more than spectacle, it was a statement. Luka wasn't merely playing basketball, he was redefining it. Comparisons to legends like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird echoed around arenas and sports media alike, but Luka remained focused on one thing: winning. He understood that talent alone was not enough to carve out a lasting legacy. Mental toughness, resilience, and a tireless work ethic became the pillars supporting his ascent. But greatness seldom comes without obstacles. The NBA is a battleground where every game tests not only skill but willpower. Luka faced physical battles against imposing defenders who sought to break his rhythm. Critics scrutinized every move, ready to pounce on any misstep. And perhaps most daunting, the weight of expectation pressed heavily on his young shoulders, both from fans hungry for championships and from himself, driven by an inner fire to surpass all limits. Off the court, Luka's personality emerged as a beacon of humility and grace. Despite the growing fame, he remained approachable and grounded, a rare combination in a world where celebrity can often breed arrogance. His bond with teammates deepened, fostering trust and unity that translated into on-court chemistry. Coaches admired his basketball IQ and leadership, recognizing in him a once-in-a-generation talent.